Hello and welcome. In this video tutorial for search engine optimization, I'm going to share with you core concepts and tips and tricks so that when you understand it and use it, your Google rankings are assured. All things with RankYa tutorials are all within Google guidelines. That means for website optimization, Google actually has guidelines for SEO as well. That means anytime you hear some so-called SEO guru trying to sell you backlinking services saying that's SEO, then stay away from them. So let's go and learn this fundamental understanding about Google rankings. And it works something like this. You target keywords. That's what Google rankings is all about, right? People search Google, Google shows results according to what people search. That means for your website, whether you're a small business owner, whether you run an e-commerce site, you need to optimize your website according to the keywords that is relevant for your business. Then, as I've shown in different tutorials, you can use Google Keywords Planner tool to gather some ideas. If you haven't done that, then definitely make sure you first find out what type of keywords that you really want to rank for. Because in terms of Google rankings, there are hundreds, if not thousands of words that you and I want to rank for. But that's not ideal in terms of resources, especially if you are beginning on internet or if you're offering a local business. If you're a small business owner, you just can't target all the keywords people are searching for. That means you need to, select smart keywords so that you can begin targeting and ranking so that your website becomes profitable, your business becomes profitable. Then you can invest in creating more landing pages, more content to rank other keywords. So therefore, let's understand how that Google rankings work, how we're meant to target keywords. Let's imagine we used Google Keyword Planner tool, we've looked at all the keywords and we thought, okay, which ones should I gather? Let's say out of 100, I've chosen 10 as an example. Then, usually you will have 1, 2, 3 words, sometimes 4 words, and so on. In terms of Google rankings and website optimization, first rule is to understand the keyword that you're targeting. Now, surely you know what the keyword is. Let's say, if you're a locksmith, you know what a locksmith is, right? If you're a pest control company, you know what a pest control words are. If you're offering laptop repairs, you know what a repair means. You know what a laptop is, right? But for Google rankings, we still need to further analyze the word. Let's imagine we say luxury. What is that, Google? You know what? I want to target that keyword luxury. I want to rank for that keyword. Then you can use Google as a dictionary, say, okay, tell me more. Tell me more, Google. What do you understand about that word? And then what I tend to do, and I suggest that you do as well, is you can actually, write things down and say, okay, that's what that word means. Then you can look at similar words, opposite words, and so on. This is a critical step for search engine optimization. Instead of just targeting keywords by themselves, understanding what the synonyms are, understanding what the word means, past tense, present tense, all this stuff is very important. Because it's just natural. It's the way you and I speak in English, right? If we want to, have a conversation for 5 minutes about luxury condos in Miami, we're not just going to be using luxury. We're going to be using, it's magnificent, it's luxurious, all these stuff, right? So therefore, Once we understand that, and we say, okay, so now you can optimize your landing pages accordingly. Because that's what Google does. It analyzes natural language. Then there are many online tools that you can further analyze the word to say, you know what? Can I further understand what that word means? If you operate a local business, learn to target location-based keywords first, because it's much smarter if you do that. So then, once you understand the keywords and you know what the synonyms are, as in related words, then you optimize your landing pages according to on-page SEO, as I've shown to you on RankYa YouTube channel and RankYa blog, showing you 5-minute SEO PDF, right? Then let's make this particular video session worth your while. And it works like this. All landing pages that you create will definitely be using images, including e-commerce products, right? But if you can, you should actually be creating your own images. If you cannot, then there are many freely available. You can go to Pexels, Pixabay, many others to find free images that do not require attribution. What that means is, let's imagine I'm a photographer and I've got this here, right? Let's download that, because then I'll show you what I mean. Now, that's an image, doesn't require attribution. What can I do with that image if I was offering photography services? Now, that's a sunset, but there's also a photography camera here, right? So then I can say, you know what? Let me do something like this. Let me say sunset photo shoot. Okay, let's be smart. Let's say photo shoot of a sunset. What if you were offering photography services in Melbourne? Then I can say photo shoot of sunset over Melbourne, or in Melbourne. In Melbourne. Now that is more meaningful. I can also say that particular image shows a camera. Let's say Canon. You and I both know globally Canon is to do with photography. Then I can say Canon, but since Canon is a brand name, I have to use capital letter at the beginning. Canon camera, photo and okay, photo shoot over. Okay, let's do this. This is actually much smarter. Photo shoot of a sunset in Melbourne using Canon camera. Now look what happened. But you see, I've already shown how to optimize images. You can go into file info, you can insert additional information related to that image. Now I've got Photoshop here, but there are many online tools whereby it allows you to add textual information on images as well. So if that's the case, you can say, you know what, photo shoot perfected, right? And actually, let's do this. Photography services in Melbourne. Let's do this. Now that's text. You may actually be able to use Windows Paint program to insert text over images. I don't use it. I don't suggest that you use it, because your online success and your business website is important for you to invest a bit of time and perhaps even money if you can't do this on your own. Once again, there are many online tools that allow you to insert text over images. Now, let's save this image. Now I wouldn't just leave it at this, I would place EXIF information as well. Now look what we've done. Photography service in Melbourne, we've just placed little text down the bottom. You could have your brand logo and so on. Now why do we do this? This is important because images play an important role on a landing page, and I'm sure your website has many images. But if you just put up an image and leave it at that, you're not really utilizing what the image offers you, what image optimization offers you. Now, let's look at this here. I find many stock images, whether they are free or I use paid services to grab the images for my valued clients. Then I further optimize them using Adobe Illustrator. Now, because I know that it's important. As you can see, that was the image that we've worked on. I'll actually show you a different trick that you may consider when you optimize images if you're using Adobe Illustrator. You can highlight the text, then go to attributes. You can gather that through Windows, select attributes. Then you can highlight the text, select image map rectangle, place the URL and place the URL. So we've added text and I've just shown you a RankYa trade secret here. Then you can save for web and devices and optimize that particular image accordingly. Let's say that's a door with deadlocks installed by a professional locksmith in Houston. Let's say Texas as well. Further guiding Google. Now, all of a sudden, we've placed text. This is a different example. Remember what is going on here. And we've named the images using words describing the image, but also including important words that we actually want to rank for. And then I would insert EXIF metadata into that image. Now, when you create that landing page and put that image, that helps Google to better understand the landing page itself. Because images can have alternative attribute, which is then a Google can work out the words within the attribute. As you can see, that's exactly what it picked up. And since Google rankings per landing page is all about text, it actually understands image attributes as well. But there's actually one more element that is of importance for that. You can go to cloud.google.com vision/docs/drag and drop tool. Select drag image if you want, and then say, you know what, let's grab the photo shoot example. Let's open it up. This is a simple tool. Remember, this is just a simple tool that shows you the capabilities of algorithms, because it can understand images. It can understand certain things on the image itself. So this is a tool made available by Google. Here it's just picked up a camera. It hasn't picked up, it has picked up Canon. Somehow it's a paragraph. Maybe it was in the file name, as we can see. Photography services in Melbourne. It has picked that word up. Now, as you can see, image optimization using RankYa techniques is absolutely important because it complements the landing page. Furthermore, search engines like Google is not just a web search engine, it's an image search engine as well. it combines all what it finds on this landing page to understand what the landing page is. And images play an important part in search engine optimization. Now, I'm actually going to teach you one more critical aspect of image optimization for you to consider. Once again, this is RankYa trade secret that I'm going to reveal to you now. Let's take a look at this example. Let's say Houston hyphen Texas, and let's do this. Let's say locksmith Houston, Texas. Let's say JPEG. Actually, let's say locksmith van Houston, Texas. Let's imagine we want to name, we've created an image that it has a van illustration, right? And I've actually done that. I've created an illustration. Where is it? Where is it? It's somewhere here. So if we remove these, so that's a illustration, right? So let's imagine I was to name this particular image. As you can see, there's a phone number here, and we already know advanced search engines like Google can understand images on a different level. But the trade secret that RankYa is going to reveal to you is this. I could name my image locksmith hyphen van hyphen Houston hyphen Texas.jpg, or I can be on a different level now. I can say, you know what? Locksmith is one word, van is another word. As far as Google is concerned, van is just a van. It's a vehicle. It cannot make the distinction as to say that's a locksmith van by just looking at that image name, unless we place it on the landing page using clever keywords to guide Google. You know what, Google? We're talking about a locksmith van. Surely we don't want to rank for locksmith van because we're not selling that. We're offering service. What I'm saying to you is you can use hyphens. That's perfectly okay to do that. Or you can say, no, I want to use underscores within image file names. When you use underscores, what happens is you're tying words together. Think it like this. When I use hyphens, that's Houston is one word, Texas is another word. Houston by itself could be Whitney Houston as a name. Make sense? Our job for search engine optimization is to guide Google. So therefore, now I can say Houston hyphen if I want, that's okay. But I can say Houston underscore Texas. When you use underscores, what you're doing is you're tying the word to the word before or after. So now let's go and search Google, because then you can see. It'll say, did you mean? But if I was to search Houston hyphen Texas, it just shows me the results. Make sense? That's how you use underscores. Let Google, did you mean? That's perfectly okay. I mean, even if we were to use the keyword together as one word, right now, if I use this, that's just one word. Google will say, showing you results for Houston, Texas, because Google understands what I've just typed here. But yeah, okay, just try to understand what I'm trying to teach you here. If I use that as one word, it says showing results for Houston, Texas, right? That's what it's saying. If I search Google with Houston underscore Texas, it says, did you mean this? If I search Google with Houston hyphen Texas, let's do that. it's not did you mean, it's not showing you different results. It understands because it takes the hyphen out and says, you know what? That's what you're searching for. It knows that. So therefore, underscores, hyphens, words together, all this stuff. That's how you guide Google. And when you use underscores, you're tying words together. Remember that. Now, in this example, locksmith underscore van, I've just said, you know what? I'm talking about a locksmith van, Google. If I use hyphens, I'm saying locksmith, that's one word. Van, that's another word. Makes sense? So you can use underscores within image file names to better guide Google. Remember, that's for image file names. I would suggest to you to just stick with hyphen example for your URLs. That's different. Now, rewatch this particular video because I've just shared with you insights that you're not going to find on the internet, especially so-called SEO gurus who say this and that about Google rankings. And since I have shared some trade secrets within this video, I would strongly encourage you to please do give it a like and actually share this video so that, you know what, 3 months later, some so-called SEO guru learns from this video and makes this knowledge as if it's theirs. Because there was a lot of sweat and tears for RankYa to learn Google mastery techniques that I'm freely and willingly sharing with you in hope it will help you rank higher in Google so that your business website grows on internet. I thank you very much for learning with me, and I'll talk with you in the next video session.